I got it in though. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. It's the 4th of July. We gotta go drop this off. Then I got so many projects to do. I know. I hope everybody had a good 4th, because by the time you see this video, it's like 2-3 days later. But this is empty. We'll drop it off. We got like another ½ inch of rain. We got enough rain for a while. For a little bit. We can dry out pretty quick. So once we get this done, we gotta start gearing into getting chopping done. Not done with the 75/20, but priorities, especially with I got a schedule. I got things to do. I got all sorts of stuff going on. So hopefully second cutting's good. My father decided not to get a new mower. He says, we'll just nurse this one through. Well, actually, I'll just nurse this one through. So I am very unhappy with that decision. He thinks spending money and spending the amount of money he's been spending to keep it going, and he doesn't really care that it took us 10 days to get parts and everything else, and the quality went to junk and it dragged everything on. So I don't know, that's where upper management is just, they're out lost. If they're not doing it and not understanding it, then they don't care. But we got to get this ready. Do have to pop this tire off, and we're going to put the belt on, but also I got to see why this does not disengage by itself freely. I think the pin or something stuck. It could be that the cylinder's bad now. I got a spare cylinder though, so we'll do that and we'll get the head. I noticed yesterday that this is broke off, so I gotta weld that. Someday it would be cool to have a better head, and I'm missing the fingers in between. That happened. So this never got cleaned off properly, and that bothers me. I just ran out of time. Not enough time in the day, but I hope you guys are having a good day. And let's dive into this. Let's get some projects done. By the end of the day, I'd like the mower on the tractor, and hopefully tomorrow we get into, you know, doing some grass, because kind of got to get that done. Quick run, dropped that trailer. Everything went good. Didn't hit their building. Usually I have somebody give me a hand and just watch me as they go in, because it's a blind side. You can't see nothing. But we got it. Yanko really did a good job spotting me. So back to the farm we go, and then on to my own projects. Will it start? Like a champ. I don't understand though. During first cutting, it fought me all the time. Alrighty, we'll get this work done. Hopefully it doesn't drizzle anymore. It's been drizzling. We got puddles everywhere. Should have really blown this thing out. Got it cleaned up mostly. It did break the metal on the bottom one. I don't know if it's on the other one, or if I gotta find a piece and weld it on the bottom. So I got one new, is that called a stripper band? Is that what they are? One new one. We'll run through, get everything cleaned up. I did notice that the spring's broken, so we'll have to get it off this parts machine. I think that's on that still. So got it up in the air. What we got to do, if you haven't watched previous episodes, this band started blowing apart. So it's a 5 rib band, and now it only has 4. And then this doesn't actually disengage nicely. I'm thinking the piston's the problem, but the easiest thing to do is just pop this tire off, take the panel out, and then we can replace the band really easily, and I can clean everything, and then I can see what the functionality of it is on that. So I got the tire up. Hopefully this comes off easy. We've had these tires off before to do the kernel processing shaft and something else, I forget. I think that might have been it. So yeah, if I get it loose, I can come over with the forks and just pick it up, slide it out. I was hoping Andy was going to be here. It is 4th of July, so I'm not sure what his schedule is. I think he's actually think he stayed in my guest bed, in my second bedroom, since they were out partying last night. He sent me a text saying that he was going to stay in it, so I don't know. I didn't check when I woke up this morning, but yeah, then we'll get everything cleaned up, greased, serviced. Gotta fix this. Yeah, this being broke and that being slid out. It's always something. So, freaking misting again though. Well, it's out of there. Got the side panel off, wheel out. See, stuff just builds up inside of here. It gets nasty. Granted, this actual pulley that's right in front here, that's for the kernel processor, runs across. I need a better way to blow it out. And I know a lot of people said get a backpack blower or whatnot. I tried the little ones. I'm not sure why. I just don't think they work worth the damn. The big ones, I'd really like one, but yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger. I'd really like a service truck with air on it because that's the best thing for it. And then there's always a use for having air around. So, but I'll clean this mess up. What's going on here? Oh, what's going on here? The belt goes around the big drive, comes up around the front here. So we just got to loosen this, take that cover off. We'll be able to slide the belt in. I think we just got to, yeah. All we got to do is take this bracket off to slip it past it. And then this bolt, and that's it. So it makes it easy doing it like this, especially from myself. And then we just got to see why. Yeah, that's got tension on it. I think the piston itself has a bad spot in it or something's not relieving back. So probably quickest fix as far as it not disengaging itself. So that not coming back up, I'm gonna say is swap the piston and see. I don't think there's anything on the other side that lets it out because we did change those solenoids in previous time. But damn, I gotta clean this thing up. We'll get it looking good. We'll get it all cleaned up. Got it apart. I can't get the belt out by myself because you got to put a wrench up on the upper pulley to get this one off to then, you know, spin it around, right? Oh no, it's on the outside. No, yeah, we'd always be on the inside of one. Yeah, so I don't know, I'll have to find some help for that. I did get this cylinder out. I think there's something wrong with this cylinder. I think we'll go take the other one because I loosened it, and this has spring pressure on it that actually comes from this side. So this spring here actually forces it to stop. So I took the fitting right off, and there was, well, clearly there's no pressure on it. Can I make that so it stops leaking? No, probably not. Okay, slow leak. And it had no pressure on it. It had no line on it. And it wouldn't spring back. So then I went ahead and started punching the pin out. And I had to pry it back a little bit. And at that point, then it sprung back up and it let it out. So I think there's something wrong with this. Maybe the piston's got a little weird thing inside of its seal. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me, but we'll go out to the other parts chopper and pull those off. I think all I need is a hammer, needle nose. There's my hammer. And we'll go out there and check it out. Parts machine coming in clutch. I do like how clean these panels are, but the functionality of this chopper was not there to run it at all. Like the spout, the cutter housing, the engine, all of that stuff had to be gone through, but it does give me a large supply of halfway decent parts. Let me get this pin out of here, and then yeah. Alrighty, this is not going according to plan. That one has a fitting on the rear of it as well. So it's different. The front applies to pull it back, and then the rear pushes it forward. Yeah. I don't understand that. I understand the concept. I don't know why this one had neat little stuff that must have been updated along the way. Because my chopper is the end of the serial number, but this stuff has stuff it's just different. So I guess back to the drawing board on that. Got it figured out. After going out to the other chopper, looking at things, this one's been welded. Granted, this has twice as many hours as that other chopper. So they've reinforced things that have broken. You see that crack right there? Yeah. So what's going on is this is getting lifted up when it's trying to push it back, and it's binding on this because both of these pieces move freely when they're not connected. But getting that back into here was a struggle. So what I figured out was it bound up and it wouldn't turn, and that's cracked. So I got to get this arm off so I can weld that. I guess that's easier. Well, it's simpler than... It's simple. It is always learning with this thing, so... There it is. Now it's happy that it moves. Much better. So it had just cracked on the tower of this, and these had probably wiggled over some. I had to straighten those a little bit. Should be good now though. Gotta put my everything back together there, and then we'll get the belt on. Whew. It's learning. And older equipment, you gotta wrench on things and weld on things and stuff like that. You gotta be a jack of all trades, master of none. Yep, that's how it's supposed to be. So hopefully my welds hold better than theirs. I think I got more penetration on my welds than theirs. They welded a little bit of everything. Yeah, stuff just gets tired and you got to be able to fab. So that's on. The only thing holding me back is I need 2 people to loosen the tension on this belt so that I can pop it off, because I do like my fingers, even though I've stabbed them a few times and, you know, hurt them and whatnot. Yeah, before corn we gotta fix this. This bearing was going out in this, or no, the slip clutch after we had pulled it was bad. So it just slipped the kernel processor, so it's welded solid. So the only downside of that is when you reverse it, your kernel processor goes in reverse too, because it doesn't slip past it. So before corn, we'll get a new one of that. The shaft, the bearings, all that's all brand new. 2 years ago I had issues with that, so yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's all gonna have to get gotta get finished up cleaning it. Never mind. When you don't have the panels on, you can reach right in here, put your bar on, take all the tension off, and you're good to go from there. So power band belt, I thought it was $800. It's actually only $525. Somebody told me it was $800, but $525 for the newer ones. I've heard, I don't know, $5 grand or something. I think it is the big power band belt. It's a lot more ribs, a lot longer. But here's the old one. Yeah, look a little different. Here's the new one, all nice, looking good. So we'll sneak that through and I got it in though. Alrighty, let me give you a general overview of what goes on here. This is your cutter drum. So that spins. All the knives are underneath here. So as this spins around, knives spin, feed comes in, feed goes up. Back here, this is what actually drives it. So it comes out of the motor, goes to the gearbox. That straight out goes to the hydraulic pump. This way feeds the header. This is an idler. So what we just fixed was this engagement, and what that does is piston pushes it in, pushes it down, pulls tension on that belt, and then it drives there. Otherwise this spins but nothing actually turns because there's no drag on this to lock it in. So everything got undone. This one's your reverser? No, this is your blower. Reverser's that other one. So yeah, coming together. And why is it sprinkling again? This is ridiculous. Just draining out. I guess it would be called the final drive, right? Yeah. Drain that out, put new oil in it. This little breather though is giving me some trouble because when I popped the cap off, it was still pressurized above, so it wasn't breathing at all. So we'll get that figured out. Go to the other side, gearbox, and gearbox up front. Make sure we're all filled up with everything. Gear oil, nasty. But it was on the air chuck. We cleaned it out a little bit. Now it's good. Don't put gear oil things in your mouth. I'll tell you firsthand on that. Even though I washed everything, it's the thing on, like, look at that right there, pile of mud. Didn't even notice it. You could watch these things for weeks and you're still not clean. Got my panels on. There's a few that I can't do by myself, but I think I'm gonna con my mother. Well, I've asked her to give me a hand, just holding it. There's 2 of them, and that's it. So otherwise, oil's good. We still got to do some work on this head, but I'm getting wore out today. I don't know. I could really, I need a hand because, well, they hit something hard with the previous heads, and I'm thinking there's not much to weld to that, so this piece has to go back in there. We'll see what we can do, and then we got to pry up and just hit that back in. And we still got that middle tine to do. Oh, so much to do. I never even washed the inside of these tires. I put the pressure washer away. It's turning into a tough day for me. I'm gaining. It's definitely a 2-person job, some of this stuff that would make it so much faster. But probably drain the oil out. We put 45 hours on it. I just want to keep an eye on it. since I did have coolant issues and I'm slightly low. But last time I drained it, it wasn't that bad. But oil is cheap compared to everything else, so if I change it, I'm not too worried. We'll do oil, top coolant, blow air filter. Gotta blow out this back and everything else. It just puddles up. But really gotta charge the AC, but I'm hoping it stays cool enough that I don't really need much AC. Got all my pile of tools that I took out of that toolbox. Pressure washed some of them. Some of it is junk. I never even... Oh, I know where that metal came from. We used it as a puller. Now everything's coming back to me. I think this pops up too, and I always forget that. It does. And then you can see the batteries. So... pick up tools, do everything, clean up my mess, and we'll get out of here. But let's see if we can get that tire back on. Just me and you guys. Guide me in. Close. So what I was struggling with was when I set the tire, it all turned. I know they make the carts that you can pick up, move them out. It's on my wish list. It's usually helpful if somebody comes and helps me. My mother was worried and came out and just, well, did motherly things. She can't run skid steer and she can't wrestle a tire, so she was gonna call my brother and see if he could come help me, but it's 4th of July. Like, people are out doing stuff, so we're on now. Everything's good. We didn't wreck anything. We didn't drop the chopper. We just got to tighten those up. So I'll go. I put my Milwaukee gun away. Amateur hour. I got 2 of them actually. What are you doing? You ready to go home? That's what you want to do? Alrighty. Wow, that's a lot taller when it's in the hole. Oh wait. Wow, would have had a moment if I just jumped in and tried to move it. Wasn't really thinking. It's still on a jack. Yeah, that would have... Now that everything's in a puddle. Silage juice and water and a little bit of oil. Let's slide underneath here. Yeah. Ooh. Watch your heads. See, cleaned it. Still dirty. End of the year cleaning. I'm taking all the panels off, the tires, everything. And we're gonna go right through and clean everything, and I need one of those sprayer things that spray up from the bottom that roll around. That would be somewhat handy. Didn't make these tight enough, but we're in a much better boat, I think. Glad I got that problem fixed. Well, problems. Yeah, this isn't the safest way to do it, but no way of doing it otherwise. You got to put it on that cross beam because everything else is weak. So we'll live. Just wrench another day, I guess. That's not what I wanted. I didn't realize that came out of there. Okay. No more pulling the jack in the top there, because it just comes out. Alrighty, I need two hands. I got a block over here. I got the jack. The block should be light enough I can toss it out this way. Oh. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm... Can you see me? Hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July. I know by the time this comes out it will be middle of the week, but appreciate it. Everybody who's not from America, hope you had a good day. Yeah, hope everybody had a good day. So, yeah. But with that being said, we're going to roll into some grass. Hopefully next video. Maybe the one after. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully things go smooth this cutting. They won't. I just come to expect it. Something will always fight me. It's just part of life. But with that being said, appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing, commenting. Yeah, join along. You guys are making all this happen, so, well, the channel growing happen. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be sitting here talking to myself still, just not filming. So appreciate it. Have a good one. See you on the next video.